What's up, good people? It's your boy Zay, and I'm back with another video. Now, I have been getting a few questions, and I gotta send a big shout out to my boy Roy Lee Hatcher. He has been giving me just the most helpful feedback with the most questions, but it's really helping dissect like what the rolling fours is, and so people can really understand and get the numbers. Those who are like visual people. So today, right? So today, the question we're gonna go through today, or what I'm gonna show you guys, is like how to achieve a 500% return on investment. So a lot of people have asked me like, yo, Zay, in your video, you're saying you're gonna get 750% or you're gonna get 500%. Like, how are you getting these numbers? So today I'm gonna walk through some examples of how I came up or how I drew a baseline for these numbers, right? On top of that, if you stay to the end of the video, I have a bonus. I'm gonna show you how to roll a contract. A few people asked me, can I show you how to roll a contract and what does shaving mean? And so I'll do all of that at the end of the video. So if you stay to the end, that'll be a nice little bonus if you wanna learn how to roll a contract and what shaving means. But before we get into it, listen, I need y'all to like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget, press that notification bell so every time I come out with a new video, you'll know. Of course, I gotta say shout out to the cousins, man. Big shout out to Mark and Jolene, man. Listen, they are holding it down for the culture. I just want, like I said, I'm just one of the shepherds, y'all. I just want to help spread their message, get it out to the people, because it's life changing. So I'm not going to blab anymore. We're gonna get right into the numbers and we're gonna break it down. Y'all know how I like to do. We're gonna get right into the numbers, into the visuals, and break down the math. So without further ado, press that like button. Let's get to the video. All right, so what everybody has been waiting on, like how do you get 500%? So let's update y'all. Let me show y'all this kind of little glimpse into the lunchbox. So as y'all know, this spreadsheet is downloadable on the first video on how I'm going to use Rolling Forwards to reach financial freedom. You can download this and make your own copy, but here's where I'm at so far. So I did a little bit of shopping. So with the enlightenment from Christopher Bush, I didn't know you could trade from your IRA. So I went and applied and got approved in both my IRA and my wife's IRA. So I set up Rolling Fours in there and in the brokerage account of E-Trade. So you can see how I got them separated. So in Charles Schwab, we did some XLC. In Vanguard, we got SMH and Apples. And then this is what I have in E-Trade so far, XLI, XLB. Actually, I think I need to add another contract in for that, but whatever. So yeah, this is where we at so far. So 750%. Let's get to the focus. So how am I getting to 750%? So let's go through some math, y'all. So we're gonna start with XLK, the parent. Y'all already know. So this is what you wanna do. When you go on E-Trade or your account, whatever you have, you wanna go to options, right? And this is what you wanna go to do. This is how I kind of figured out some base math. So let's look at January 15, 2021. Now, based on what we know of quadruple witching and contracts being out a year to 2 years, we can assume that these contracts were, or the first of these contracts came out, say 2019. You know, for example purposes. Now we're actually going to find out because we're going to go through some of them, right? So let's say 2 years ago we knew about, so it's 2020. So yeah, so it was 2018. Let's say 2 years ago we knew about this, right? So let's look at some history that's pretty popping. I feel like this 87's probably, it was a lot of contract, or maybe, yeah, let's just look at 87. So what you want to do is, because I just want to show you how we come up with it. So you go to details. All right. Now what you're going to do is you want to go to 2 year. Whoa, y'all see how that changed? Actually 3 year. Okay. So you can just, so what you want to do really is click as far as you can, right? So once you see the full thing, so like how Mark was telling us, all right, so quadruple witching happens every quarter, right? So let's say these contracts came out September 17th, 2018. So quadruple September 2008, literally 2 years ago, this contract came out. Now, mind you, let's go look and see what the price at the time of XLK was on, what's this, September. Let's go to our favorite. Let's go to TradingView. Let's go to XLK. All right, so let's just look. I'm gonna do the full future chart, y'all. And if y'all follow me on IG, y'all know I love the charts. And if you don't, definitely follow me on IG. All right, so let's go back to September. What was that? 2018. Let me just change this to monthly. Sorry, y'all. I'm messing all up. There we go. All right, so 20. Ooh, where we at? September 2018, right? Boom, there we go. Ah, okay. So it was what, $75. It was between open was 75 and the close was 70. So yeah, it was 75.33, 75.25. So it was between that range. And this is 2018, remember, 2018, and we're looking at buying the 87 calls, right? So we're like, okay, it's $74. We think it can get to 87, which is approximately, let's say right here. So back then we were like, okay, we think it can get here within a year, right? Within a year. Look at that. Because you buy it here, so you say September 19. By September 19, it was right, it was 81. So it was getting close to what we thought. So if you give it more time, in 20, it hit that mark. Now, mind you, when you bought it in 2018, you had it till 2021, so you could hold it a half a year, right? And look, if you would have got out, it would have been what, $100 or something like that. So it would have been $20 over your strike price. Now we're going to see this reflected in the option now. All right, now let's go look. So if you look here, if you went in, come on, I wish this thing would stop freezing. All right, there we go. So you can see right here, an 87 call on September 17th, 2018. It opened at $420. So that's basically $420 per contract. The price of XLK on that date was $74, or let's give it a roundabout, $73, $74 based on what we saw. So they figured, okay, by 2021, they figured it could go at least 87 from 74 is $13. So they bought it for $420. Now, if we do and hold for 2 years or half a year, 1.5 years, that will put you at around March of 2020 is when you would have wanted to cash out. Now, you probably wouldn't have, because that would have been around the crash, right? However, let's just say you was when you was leading up to February, right here, February. Look at that. It was at 1643. That's where it closed at. Now let's go and let's add some math in, just so people can understand that, can grasp what I got here. So it opened at 420, and on I want to get close. There we go. February 3rd of 2020, it closed at 1643. Y'all see that? 16. Well, it was right there. So I'm sorry. 1643. Y'all see it. So I'm gonna do the numbers. So we got 1643 minus 420 divided by 420. You times that by 100. That's a 291% return. And that was from September of 2018 to February of 2020, right? Now, let's say if you continue to hold until, say, September of 2020, right? So you bought it and you held it for 2 years, because you had it till 2021. Now, let's say if you held it for 2 years, like you're supposed to, the price on August, let's just go with August 31st. Or no, let's go with the peak. I'm gonna try to get the peak. I'm gonna go 2 years, that might be a little bit better. Okay, so August 24th is when this thing pretty much peaked, right? At $35. Now, we know that we paid $420 when it opened. So through 35 minus 420. So you made $30 on the gains. Now divide that by 420, times that by 100. That's 733% gains. So when people ask, how did I come up with 750%? Well, here's an example of where if you hold for 2 years, you got 733%. Now, are all of them going to do that? No, there's difference. So let's do another example, right? So let's go look at SMH. All right. So we go look at SMH. We go to do 2021. All right. Let's see. What is a good strike that looks pretty poppin'? 145. I feel like this 115 probably. Let's look at 115 because, you know. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Oh my God. Okay. This is so. When did this open though? November 18th. Okay. All right. Perfect. Yep. So sometimes we know the prices open a little different. So let's look at this. So we have SMH, a January 2021 115 call. So let's look at when the price of SMH when it's open. So November 12th, 2018. Oops. I keep doing that. All right. So November of 2018, it was between $94 and $96. It went as low as 88, as high as 98. So yeah, and we looked at a 115 by 2021. So we thought it would get at least here. And it was what, November is right here. Okay, yeah, that's not 2 years. Yeah, that was easy because it hit that mark by April of 2019. Okay. So that's what so y'all kind of see how it's happening now, right? So we was here, or I'm sorry, it was here. The contracts came available for you to buy in 2021. You was early to the party. All right, y'all got that? So boom, that's the place and time. And we were going, and we're looking at a 115. So, you know. Now here's one thing I would say. Try out adding the calculator, the strike price calculator, like use past prices to see if you would have got 115 if that would have been your range. I don't want this video to be extra long, so I'm not going to do that right now, but we can assume just based off volume and interest, you know, these are pretty good numbers. So, all right, let's do the math. Let's show y'all another example. So if you bought these at open at 585 and you held, let's say you hold till again, whoa, what is this? August, yeah, let's do, my God, August 31st, 2020. It's looking, I don't know why it just, probably because there hasn't been any volume or anybody hasn't really bought anything since then. But let's just say, yeah, I mean, this is amazing, y'all. Look at the math on this. So I'm gonna just pick July 27 before we even got to September and stuff. So let's say you bought it November of 2018 and we get to July of 2020. Look at the close, $50.40. So let's do the math on that. If you bought the contracts at 585 and you sold them at 540, 5040, I'm sorry, 5040. I kept saying 540, excuse me. Minus 5, what was it, 585? Yeah, 585. Whew, that's about to be killer. Divided by 585. There you go, 761% gains. So that's my 750, right? So y'all know that I'm aiming for 750. Where my spreadsheet at? So I'm aiming for 750. I got me an SMH. It's in there. So imagine if I can get, you know, oh yeah, let me see if it's gonna work. If I can get that times, you know, the 7, what I believe, that right there alone should net me, you know, 14 grand in profit by 2022. And I like that. 2 grand for 14. Hell yeah, that's a good bet, right? So let's do another one, right? So I'm gonna give y'all 3 examples because I want y'all to kind of see like it's consistent with almost any you know, let's do XLY. I know that's another favorite that everybody looked into. So let me show y'all how this math works. And then after this, we'll go into how to roll the contract. and I'll show y'all how to what shaving means. So let's go here. Let's do the same thing. Go to 21, and then we'll do all the strikes. And then let's look at, I would assume this one big interest. 124 looks enticing. Let's go. Let's try this 124. This was pretty low. It had 1,000 open contracts. All right. So this opened March of 2019. So this would have been the March 2019 quad is when this contract would have came available, right? Or what's that say? Oh no, that say May. So that's another thing, guys. It be having some weird dates, so that's another thing you have to watch for. But I want to just show you all the power in holding though. So May 6th of 2019, right? You would have paid $8.90 if you just held, and let's say the peak is August 24th of 2020. You could have sold it at $28.32. So again, let's do the math. Now, I don't think this one is going to be as high, but I mean, it's still a pretty great return. 28.32 minus, what'd you pay? $8.90. It's still 218%. You know what I mean? So that's a good return. That's still a great return. That's still an awesome return. So that's like the low end. I can show, let's go back to SMH. Because there's some 2022s that I know people are in and they kind of might be worried. So January 22s, right? So you look, these 180s got the most spot. They got the most interest. So I'm gonna look at 180. Ooh, so let's see. Dang. Okay, so these came available January 21 of 2020. So this was probably the first quadruple witching in 2020. Because what is it? Or no, I'm sorry. It's March, June, September, and December. So this probably came out a little bit after December's. So January 21, 2020. These opened at, I thought I just saw $9. Yeah. So they opened at $9 on 2020. And look, at the peak, September 2nd, it was $29.20. Now look, it's still holding though. It's even though we had a correction, look where it's at. It's still at $19.16. So if you bought this at $9 and you're still holding like you're supposed to, because you have it till 2022, and you're probably not gonna cash out till 2021. Look at how much gains you already have. If it's let's see where we're at. If I can get to the end. The 24th, it was 1960. So let's just do that math real quick. We're gonna do this last one, and then, like I said, we'll get into rolling the contract. 1960 minus, because by now y'all should see the power. This is the last example. Y'all should see the power. Minus $9. Divided by 9 times 100. Still on 117% ROI, and you still have a whole, this doesn't expire until January 2022. So if we count back 6 months, we want to hold this for, if the holding period is a half a year, you count back 6 months, that gives you December, November, October, September, July, June. So yeah, I think somewhere around at June. Yep, because that's 6 months. So June of 2021 is when you would possibly look to cash out. And look how much more, look at that. Look at the trajectory. Look at the trajectory of that thing. So this is the power of holding or buying long-term options and holding them. I mean, the returns are there. They're crazy. And then, if I really don't want to keep going through, but you can, this is how you can do it. So now I've showed you guys how to do it. You just go through, you look at the details, and you just can pick one, and you can go to the history, and that's how you can figure out the ROI. And so that's, and okay, so to answer the other question, how did I come up with 750%? For me, let me show you guys my roadmap because it'll make sense. 750% here is just going to be the average of these positions. That's basically how I'm doing it. So maybe XLI might give me 500%. This might, XLK, I hope gives me 1,000%. XLB might give me, 750. SMH might give me 1,000. Apple might give me 1,000. XLC might give me, 200 or 300 or whatever. But all I'm saying is, out of all my positions, my cumulative average, I want to be 750%. So hopefully going through that, seeing the numbers, and again, if you want whatever ones you pick, you can go look at previous contracts and do the math and see, okay, what is the average 2-year holding ROI on the contract or on the ETF that I bought. And that's how you can do that. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. So now what I want to do is transition into how to roll a contract and what is shaving. So if you stuck with me through this while, you now get the bonus, and I appreciate it. So now we're going to transition into rolling a contract and what is shaving. All right, fam. Now it is time to get into how to roll a contract and what is shaving. So let me just start off with what is shaving. All shaving means is that along the way, well, first, let's say you buy multiple contracts, right? Let's say you buy multiple 2023 contracts, and along the way, you get up 500%. Well, maybe you can sell one of those contracts to take some profit off the table early, and that's shaving. All it means is just taking some profits off the table early. So if you don't have multiple contracts, the way you would shave is when you actually go into rolling your contract. Right now, that's what leads me right into how to roll a contract. Now, I can't really do it with the 2023 contracts because there isn't a further contract available. So I'm going to do it on a trade that y'all know I have, which is Goldman Sachs. So it all works the same way. Now, what you want to do is you would want to click into your position. So I have one open position, right? Now, I have, we'll just use one contract. So I have an October 30th, 225. This is the bid. This is the ask. So bid is what people are willing to pay. Ask is what people are asking for, the minimum they want to sell for, right? So let's say I want to roll my contract. So what I would do is I would click here to sell to close, and then I'm going to add an option leg, and I'm going to hit buy to open. Now, let's say I want to roll out till 2021, right? And I still want to keep the same strike of 225. And so the ask is 535, right? So there's a difference of 434, right? Now, if I want to do at market, it's going to show you that basically, it's going to take off $100 for this price that I had to pay. So remember, it's times 100, so it's 535. But because I own one contract, it is I can sell this for $100, and so it's going to roll that in, and I still have to come out of pocket 435. And then I'll hit preview order, and then once you hit preview order, it's not going to let me do it, but once you hit preview, and then that's how you would execute. Now, if you want to take some off the table, I'm down right now, so this probably isn't going to be the best example. But what happens is, instead of saying where it says debit, it would say credit, and that means that you are owed money, right? So what you would then do is, when you go to roll, and maybe I have to do another example, or maybe I don't, because actually what y'all can do is y'all can go check out the Come series, and Mark actually does an example where he's in the profit and he shows you how to shave off profit and all that stuff. So I'll go through and get the time marker and stuff, and then I'm gonna tag it in this video for y'all to check out, because he does a much better example. But it would say credit, and then what you could do is you could say, okay, I want to roll, this one contract, and because of you're going to have so much credits, you could say maybe I only want to buy 2 or 3 or 4 of the contracts that you would be rolling into, and then the rest would just be the cash that would go into it would say credited into your account, and then that money would go into your account. So all in all, when you want to roll, that's how you do it. So you just go to your position. So I'm going to just delete that real quick. So your position would be like this, right? You would click in, you would see, okay, I got one contract. You would say, okay, I want to sell to close. And then the next thing, you will hit add the option one more time, and it'd be by the open. You click the next date you want to go to. You get your strike. All right, and then it's going to tell you if you're in the profit. Remember, if you're in the profit, it's going to say credit. If you have profit, if you roll in profit, it's going to say credit. So then you can take somebody off the table. You could buy the one contract, and then, you know what I'm saying, you would take some profit off the table, and then you would have more time. If you are down, it's going to say, okay, you need to pay or cover this balance, and then you can roll your losses into a contract that gives you more time, but you would have to come out of pocket a little bit. So that's basically how you roll a contract, and that's what shaving is. So hopefully that answered you guys' questions. Again, I appreciate all the questions y'all have, because it creates great material. I like that, you know, a lot of people love going through this stuff live. So keep it coming. If you have any ideas, drop them down in the comments down below. Comment what you liked about this video, what you may not like about the video, what you want to see next time. All the feedback is the better. It helps me just get better and bring more content to you guys. So of course, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I am trying to get to 1,000. Y'all definitely helping me. I'm closing in on like 900. I think I'm at 887 at the time of recording this. So again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the cousins, everybody showing love. And that's it, man. Yeah, let me know what y'all want to see next. Until next video, stay blessed and peace out.